comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
It's
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Swag.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins an Auto Club.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
But you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Welcome everybody, VSRL, Bald Head Island Vacations 150 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, and tonight here on VSPEED, we're going to bring you flag-to-flag coverage, a little short track racing at the revamped North Wilkesboro. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. These guys getting their warm-ups in, and we're about to take the grid right now. Starting up towards the front, Sean Bounty, no surprise, putting it up front. Actually, Ross Phillips, so I apologize for that. Timing and scoring all over the place here for me for just a second as they gridded. So let's get down there and take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's race, brought to you by Bald Head Islands Vacations. So there he is right there, starting on the pole. That's Ross Phillips with a 19.049. And to his outside, Luke Daniels in the second position. You're going to see some new names. This is a different track. A lot of guys aren't used to running it compared to some of the other circuits that have been on the iRacing surface for a long time. This track is still pretty new to everyone. Moving through the field, though, we've got Dan Witt starting in the third position with Nicholas Pressey in fourth spot. Fifth spot belongs to Sean Bounty. And Sean Langton to his outside, the two Sean side by side. Dakota Floyd in the seventh position. Kyle Stewart in eighth. Ninth spot is going to be Adam Tips. And Josh Brown rounding out your top 10. 11th spot is going to be Chris Klein with Thad Miller in 12th. 13th position is going to be Todd Cleveland with Garrett Helmlinger in 14th. Brian Watkins in Morgan Cook, 15th, 16th position. Brian Hennings in 17th. And 18th position, Nicholas Fontenot. Joseph Selling in 19th spot with Larry Dickerson in 20th. And to round out your field in 21st position, we're going to have Dylan Bryant. So there's your grid. If you guys are as excited as I am for tonight's race, it's shaping up to be a good one. Pro Line 5 car up on the top, getting ready to go green. Pace truck is going to make that, pace car going to make that hard left turn in the restart zone. Green flag is out. VSRL is live on Monday. And Ross Phillips going to lead lap number 1 here as we bring up the ticker. Luke Daniels on the outside of Dan Witt back here in the second position. They're battling hard. Daniels has been holding that outside, and Witt just not able to edge him out. There's Nicholas Pressey, last week's winner, bringing that confidence up. He's riding in the top 5, but there's the guy right there, just to his inside, that's been pretty dominant all season long. That's Sean Langton, running in the 5th position. Started 6th, and behind him, another guy that he's had to contend with the whole time. That's Sean Bounty. And we've got a yellow out here on the racetrack. Not exactly sure. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger might have a little damage, so we're going to take a look back here and see what happened. Yep, there it is. We found it. We found it. So the 21 on the outside of the 13 of Thad Miller, and Miller walks it up the track a little bit. That actually involves the 337 of Fontenot, but that's pretty minimal damage. Let's go on board here. It's actually right on the hood cam with the 21 machine of Helmlinger. And there's Thad Miller on the inside, just walks it up the track. Maybe a little net coat, because that was a pretty hard jerk there for the 13. These guys just getting a little too close. Well, that's caution number 1, and it's going to come on lap number 4. Lap number 4 for these guys. Nobody's going to elect to pit. Looks like they're all going to stick with their strategy here. Ross Phillips thus far has held it up there for 4 racing laps, 6 total. I tell you what, the 5 machine, we haven't talked too much about Ross Phillips this season. Not that he's been a bad driver, it's just kind of hovering around that top 10 for most of the year. But here tonight, short track racing on a flat, freshly revamped North Wilkesboro Speedway, Ross Phillips has this figured out, and his last lap time before the caution was the fastest one on the track. So the 5 truck knows what he's doing, and as they double up, getting ready to go, Ross Phillips, Luke Daniels, Dan Witt, Nicholas Pressey, and Sean Bounty, your top 5. Langton, Stewart, Floyd, Tips, and Klein, your top 10. We're getting ready to go green for the second time here tonight, VSRL. And there it is. Green flag is out. The 5 truck gets a little slippery, but he gets a great run out of the hole shot of turn 4. That Proline machine is going to hold the lead. Pressey on the outside, back for 3rd position. And the 2 Sean's just behind them, running side by side. But Langton down on the bottom. No challenge yet from Kyle Stewart. That's a teammate behind him. And now it starts to clear up a little bit. Nicholas Pressey's starting to push a little pressure on the 28 of Luke Daniels. I thought he was going to make a run there on the outside at the very start of this, but he's running that bottom, and the 28 losing ground to the 5. Phillips is actually pulled away about 0.6 of a second over Luke Daniels. Don't know if he's using his stuff up, though. We're going to find out in about 15, 20 laps, because this track is very abrasive, very bumpy, and it'll use your stuff up quickly. You have to be careful. Again, this is a track that a lot of drivers aren't used to racing on. Go back here about the 13th position. Garrett Helmlinger trying to work his way back up into the top 10. after that early caution. He's on the outside of Josh Brown. This is 12th and 13th, respectively. And I like that 67's paint scheme. Chromed out numbers. That's a sharp-looking car. We'll get it on the flyby right here. And this is unusual. The 3 truck, Dylan Bryant, all the way back in 21st. Timing of scoring might be a little off, but he's actually a lap down in 21st position. I'm not sure what happened to the 3 truck of Bryant, how he got pinned a lap down. Might have ended up gridding in front of the pits. But from nose to tail, this field, 21 trucks deep. So to lead another lap, Ross Phillips has led all 15 that we've went around this, 16 that we've went around this place here tonight. And he's pulled out to 1.2 seconds over the second position, Luke Daniels, who is still under pressure from the 94 Pressey for the top 2 positions. I tell you what, if Pressey could get a pass, this is a really tough track to get around people, but Pressey's got the bottom, and he's doing really well down there. I think if he can get around the 28, he might be able to run up and catch Phillips. At the speed he's running right now, I think the 28's just cutting his exits off. He can't run the line that he wants to run, but he continues to run the bottom. Very few trucks holding that white line like the 94 is right now. That'd be interesting to watch as this run comes to fruition. Side by side here for the 5th spot. 8 of Langton. Bounty on the outside. He actually has Langton's teammate, Stewart, there in the 41. Moving to the inside now. So possibly 2 positions lost here for the 34 truck as he gets really loose off the exit of 2. And he buries it deep into 3. Not going to be able to hold on. The 41 jumps on the gas. He's able to get the run off the exit. And I think in turn 2, he's going to have him cleared. They're still side by side. This is for the 6th position in the 34. Just a better jump there for the 41 as he puts the slide job on him. Stewart having a breakout race here, and good to see the 41 have some speed. He's been decent at other tracks, but here tonight he's really putting it on as he gets around Sean Bounty. Dakota Floyd in the 24 just behind him. He might be the next guy to pass the 34 for the 7th position. Up on the outside, there's nothing there, no run. He's looking to take back that 7th position for where he started here tonight. And you can see that 34 truck is loose coming off the exits. And that's allowed Dakota Floyd to get a run on the outside. Oh, there's the 34 again, bobbles. Dakota Floyd looks like he might be able to make the pass. A little stab at the gas these guys make there on the inside of 3 and 4. But it's not going to be enough. I think Bounty has fallen back. Floyd moving up a position. Adam Tips back here. Losing a spot to Morgan Cook. That's for 11th. Actually for 12th position. And after that first caution, this field has spread out considerably. 11 seconds separating the last car on the lead lap. Joseph Selig to Ross Phillips in the first position, who's pulled out almost 2 seconds over Luke Daniels. He is on fire right now. 27 laps into this race, nothing behind him, nothing in front of him. He's got his work cut out exactly the way he wants it. Man, is he running a fine line there with that wall. That is just wide open, knows this place. Ross Phillips looking like the truck to beat here tonight at North Wilkesboro. So I'd like to apologize that I don't have my chat up. I was in a rush here. I was enjoying the warm weather. I don't know what you guys have chatted or said here in the last few minutes, but I hope you can all understand that it is warming up outside, and I am enjoying the sunlight. I hope you guys are too. I hope you're able to get out there. You don't live in a part of the country that's still experiencing snow. I do not envy you at all. Yeah, the weather has definitely... I think we're done. I think we're done with winter. We're moving on here in Southeast Ohio. Boy, I hope so. We were talking about Sean Langton. He's now falling back to the clutches of Todd Cleveland. This is for the 8th position, and Cleveland has the 18 of Chris Klein behind him. And to the inside for the 44 of Cleveland. I don't know if that's going to work or not. That outside seems to be working a little bit better. At least overall, it's been working better. Downey's still able to hold it up there, but the 44, Todd Cleveland, is working him hard into 3 and 4. He gets the nose over him, doesn't quite steal away the position, but now into 1 and 2. Let's see if he can take it to the bottom. All the way down to the white line here for the 44. Cleveland off the exit of 2, still not clear. Bounty's still holding his own on the outside. And that stab at the throttle on the inside. Looks like the 44 is going to have him cleared. Maybe, no, not that time by, but definitely into 1 and 2. Probably going to slide up here. And that opens up the door for the 18 of Chris Klein, and the door gets shut quickly. Klein started back in the 11th spot. He's gained 1 position. Now he's peeking to the outside, and that seems to be the more of a weak spot here for the 34 as he drops down a little bit in 3 and 4, runs a little higher in 1 and 2. Listen to how slow these trucks have worn the tires down quite a lot. And they're almost shifted down as there's almost a little contact there. 18 truck gets right up on the bumper of the 34. Line is being patient. These guys running inside the top 10 here. But Ross Phillips, man, he's checked out. He's in another time zone here tonight. Incredible drive. He's led all 37 laps that we've turned here tonight. And as we approach, I would say, about 50 laps in to get green flag pit stops, I think Ross Phillips, unless he makes a mistake on pit road or we have something dramatic happen in front of him as he approaches the 12 truck of Selig right now. Selig gets a little bit loose. The 5 of Phillips works around him. Fontenot would be the next truck in line. A little bit of damage on that right side. Thad Miller in front. And is that the 3 of Bryant? Yes, that's the 3 of Bryant in that Pepsi machine. So he's mixing it up. He's looking to try to get the lucky dog position from Selig. So as Phillips starts to work into this lap traffic here, this might be where he loses ground or has something dramatic happen with his race. He just has to navigate it perfectly. Get around these guys before green flag pit stops that are fast approaching. All right, Chad, I've had enough. I'm going to bring you up. I'm going to take a quick commercial break here just to make sure that everything is kosher with my stream and get you guys up on the 4th monitor. Until then, guys, we'll be right back with the Bald Headed Islands Vacations 150 at North Wilkesboro right after this.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
All right, we're back live. Ross Phillips still your leader. 47 laps into this race. Luke Daniels in second position. And it's been a good race thus far. One caution. 0 lead changes. This guy has led all 46 laps completed. He's looking to dominate. Dominating performance so far for Ross Phillips. We go back to the third position. Sean Langton has worked his way into the top 3. Impressive drive here as he's started back in the 6th position. He got around Dan Witt. He got around Nicholas Pressey, who's fallen back to the 3rd spot. He was running in the top 3 there for a moment. And how about Dakota Floyd? He's starting to catch up to these guys. Back to where he started, but I can tell he's catching up to the 94 Pressey as these laps go by. And we've got a yellow flag. Looks like the 18 of Chris Klein gets turned. So that's the second caution here tonight. Let's take a look back and see if we can find out what happened. There's the 18 coming off of turn 4. He's got the 51 and Morgan Cook on the inside. A little contact there between the 51 and the 18. And a brief touch with the outside wall for the rear end of the 18 machine. Chris Klein, minimal damage to the 18, but he does lose a few positions. Falls back to the 18th position. And I think that's going to bring pit stops for these guys. That does bring pit stops. Here then down pit road, the 5 in his stall. Daniels behind him, the 5 down and away quickly. And the 8, look at that. Langton beats everybody else off pit road. He beat the 28 out. Gains a position here on pit road. Not sure. He took 4 tires, so maybe the 28 of Daniels, 28 of Daniels might have missed his stall or had a little damage to repair because he had 16 seconds in his pit stall. And that allowed the 8 truck to beat him out of pit road. This is going to be between Ross Phillips and Sean Langton. Langton's looking like a long run truck. We haven't seen him challenge the 5. Nobody has challenged Ross Phillips thus far tonight. I believe we're going to get the 2 to go here this time by. Yeah, let's pull up Sean Langton here into the broadcast booth. Let's see if we can chat with him real quick. Sean Langton, it's Bradley Cooper up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, guy?
Yeah.
Well, Sean, nobody has challenged the 5 of Phillips thus far tonight, but you're able to beat the 28 off of pit road. And you've been kind of a long run truck from the appearance of everything. You think you can get up there and challenge that 5?
Yeah, we're gonna give them everything we got. I was just trying to really save my tires on that first stint, and we'll see if Ross can show me the way here. See if we can get by him clean.
All right. Well, Sean, we're getting the one to go, so good luck out there. We'll put you back in orange speed, and let's see what you got.
Thank you. Little interview.
There he is, Sean Langton. Running in the second position to the outside of Ross Phillips on this restart. Let's see what he's got. Phillips hasn't been challenged thus far all night long. Geico restart zone. Pace car pulls off, and we're going to go green for the third time here tonight. VSRL back live at North Wilkesboro. And really great shot there of the 5 getting a jump. Langton's got the 28 of Daniels to the inside. Closes the door on him. The 5 is trying to run away, but he doesn't get nearly the start that he had before. Lots of racing going on back here. Dan Witt, Sean Bounty side by side. The Pressy machine and Stewart just behind them. Stewart losing a couple positions. Pressy on the outside of Bounty. They're going to get the run in Dakota Floyd now. Look at that. The 24 truck. He's going to move up a position. Back up here to the front, though. It hasn't tamed down at all. Ross Phillips in the lead. The 8 of Langton trying to chase him down. He's right up on the bumper here. At lap 59 as they come to 60. Dragging that brake. Getting right up on the bumper again. Maybe on the exit here. Change for the lead, maybe. As Langton goes to the inside of Ross Phillips on lap 60. Side by side across the line. The 5's going to lead at that time. But nobody has challenged Ross Phillips all night long. And after that caution, that puts the 5 back here in the fire pit. Langton, Phillips, side by side. That allows Luke Daniels to make up a little bit of time and almost some contact as they go into 1. Langton's still not able to clear Phillips. He hangs that outside, way up on the outside in 3 and 4. Big run for the 5 truck. Almost leads a lap. Still side by side as they come out of 1 and 2. This is using up their tires, and I'm surprised the 28 of Luke Daniels hasn't caught up to this battle for the lead. The 8 just not able to get around him. And side by side, the 5's going to lead that time by. Falls back in line. The 8 of Langton's going to concede the battle for the time being. As he drops back to second position, the 5 of Phillips starts to make up the ground that he had before. Got some passing still brewing back here outside the top 10. John Bounty, who's fallen off a lot of positions here tonight. He's got a beehive behind him. Whole mess of cars going to the inside, and the 51 of Cook gets really loose there off the exit of 4. Right in front of the 74 machine. Ryan Hennig's actually being scored a lap down, but he'll be the recipient of the lucky dog if we have a caution. So we're checking back in with this lead pack. They've pulled out 1.7 seconds over Luke Daniels. Pretty much left the rest of the pack in the wind. But Ross Phillips has not pulled away from Sean Langton like he did Luke Daniels at the start of this race. Still 0.2 of a second separating them. And Daniels is not letting him out of his sights. We're right on board here with Langton. He seems to have a little bit different apex. He's diming in the corners a little bit. Late apex here. There's the bottom, right in the middle of the corner. Watch this run, because he's going to get right back up to the bumper of the 5. Phillips definitely has his hands full here. Welcome in, Todd Miller. Welcome into the broadcast. Hope you guys are enjoying all the action here on VSRL's Truck Series, the set Truck Series, Monday night, Southeast Tutoring. If you have not hit the subscribe button, Todd, you should absolutely do that. It means a lot to us here at VSPEED to have as many subscribers as we possibly can. We bring a variety of different racing, and Monday nights here at VSRL have been really good to us. We appreciate the company. And Ross Phillips appreciates the lead right now as he approaches the 12 and the 21. Joseph Selig and Garrett Helmlinger, as he gets around the 12 relatively quickly, getting up out of the way for these guys as they battle. There's the 21 coming off of the exit of turn 2. And a little out of the ordinary for the 21 to be falling off this early a lap down, but he does have right side damage. He's going to let the 5 and the 8 go right around him. And he gets loose off the exit, almost loses it. Almost caution number 3. And the 34, that's another unusual name for me to be saying going a lap down this early in the race, but Sean Bounty going to concede a lap to the leaders. This just isn't his day. Started in the 5th position, falling all the way back to 14th. Just doesn't appear like it's been his track here tonight. Remember, Bounty had a great race at Rockingham, had a great race at Homestead. I mean, the 34 truck's been a name that we've mentioned quite a lot. But here tonight, falling back a lap down in the 14th spot. And Ross Phillips, Sean Langton, Luke Daniels, your top 3. Kyle Stewart, there's a guy that needs to have a breakout day. He's having it right now. Gets around the 12 of Selig. Gets around the 21 of Helmlinger. And just kudos to the 41 team putting in the work here this week. How you doing, Burnouts? One of these days we will get on track together. I promise that. And we've got a yellow flag. I'm not sure where this happened at. Let's see if we can take a look back and find it. I'm usually pretty on point with the cautions, but I'm not finding it here tonight. I don't know if this is a ghost yellow or what. There's a 21 truck hitting the wall. I'm not sure where this happens at, chat. I know it comes out. Well, ghost caution tonight. I'm not sure where this came from. All right, we got a few takers down pit road. The 34 is going to take it down pit road. The 21. Elmlinger. Looks like the 18 of Chris Klein's going to come down pit road as well. And Bryant, these guys all a lap down. They really don't have much to lose since their leaders didn't take pit road. But let's see if we can bring Ross Phillips up here into the broadcast booth. He's been dominating this race thus far. Let's see if we can have a little chat with the 5 machine. Oh, I don't have a Ross Phillips in the Discord at all. There he is. I found him. Ross Phillips, it's Bradley Cooper in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, buddy. You scared the shit out of me again.
Well, Ross, you've been up front all race long. You've been dominating this track. Had a little challenge there from the 8 machine of Sean Langton, who we kind of questioned if that would be the case because you pulled away from Luke Daniels at the start of this race and just never looked back.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean got caught up in traffic that first stint, so that's why he wasn't up here. But he's fast. There's a couple guys out here with good competition. He's one of them, so that's why he's my teammate. He's fast.
Well, you're doubling back up. Good luck out there, man. Keep holding on to that lead, and hopefully we can get you back up here at the end of this thing.
Yeah, appreciate it. We're going to try to put on a good show for you.
All right, there he is, the 5, Ross Phillips. Pace car pulls off. Green flag is out, and there he goes. Phillips with a great start here. And Langton right back up on the bumper. Daniels under fire from Kyle Stewart for the 3rd position. Almost side by side there for a minute, but the 41 of Stewart just can't get to the inside of Daniels, and that's going to concede the position. Daniels able to hold on to 3rd spot. Still a lot of racing going on back here. We're side by side, these guys trying to fight for the lucky dog position. Todd Cleveland leading Brian Hennings for that spot right now. Hard to believe we've got half the field a lap down. We're not even halfway through this race yet. Back up here to the front, though. Sean Langton trying to chase Ross Phillips. He said it. Langton's fast. That's why he's his teammate. But Phillips has been a little bit quicker than everybody else on this field right now with a 19.149 that time by. That's 0.02 of a second faster than Sean Langton. It's close. These guys have been battling all race long. This top 3 has stayed pretty much the same, and Langton gets a little loose there on the exit. That's going to really hurt his lap time, as that's almost a 10th slower. And he loses a ton of ground. Back here to the 28 of Daniels, who's stayed pretty stationary in the 3rd spot. Started outside the pole, lost 1 position, hasn't left since. He actually came down pit road in the 2nd position, lost it on pit road to Langton. And I'm sure he wishes he had that back. And, oh, the 74 gets loose off the exit of 2. No yellow, but we're going to take a look back at that. Take a look back at the 74. He's going to get really loose off the exit of turn 2. Might have had help. I don't know. Let's take a look at it. Nope, he just loses it on his own. Locks it up on the inside. He's going to fall back to the 20th position. A little bit of racing going on here. Selig, Fontenot. Selig 4 laps down. Three Musketeers machine having a rough night tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying tonight's coverage here. The Bald Head Islands Vacation 150. 150 laps. We got 97 of them in the books here. Live on VSPEED. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for the remainder of this race uninterrupted for the last 50 laps right after this.
Oh, big wiggle.
Here comes Lyle using the bottom. Zach Carr closing in behind.
And here comes Lionel. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
The world gets burned.
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Swack.
A punch for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff. The motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
There he is, Ross Phillips, still leading this thing over Sean Langton. We are 105 laps into this thing. The 5 truck, just a dominating performance. Bald Head Islands Vacations 150 coming up to its conclusion here. I tell you what, Langton looking like he's losing a little bit of ground here. 0.5 of a second back. And Luke Daniels has started to catch up to these guys. Maybe a little sleeper action here. Because he's caught back up 0.5 on Langton. So he might have learned a thing or two watching these two in front of him. A little bit higher line in 3 and 4 for the 28. And how about that? Todd Cleveland, first car lap down. He's working up here into the top 3. I don't know if he got caught up in something early in this race, but he's showing some speed. And well, I will mention that some of these guys a lap down did take some tires. They went down pit road when the leaders did not. So that might be the case here. These guys a little bit fresher tires, working their way. Todd Cleveland might get his lap back the old-fashioned way. And we've got a yellow out on the track, another ghost yellow. I don't know where this was. Timing and scoring not showing anything. We're going to take a look back and see if we can find this. There's two trucks running side by side here. Back one more time. Oh, these ghost cautions tonight, they're insane. They're eluding me. I don't know. I have nothing for that, chat. I have nothing for it. All right, so we're coming up on pit stops, and this is something. The 5 of Phillips, I don't know if he missed his pit stall, but he came down pit road. I don't know what happened here with the 5 truck. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened here. When he comes down pit road the first time, he leads the top 3 down pit road. There he's in his pit stall there. Leads the whole field down here. And then he's down and away. He didn't take tires. The 5 didn't take tires on that first stop. So that is a change. The dominant car of this entire race doesn't take tires under yellow. And we're towards the tail end of this thing. So that right there, that could be a race ender for the 5 of Phillips. He falls all the way back to the 11th position. And that opens up the lead for Sean Langton. A disastrous mistake for the 5 team. Yellow flag still out here. Pace car pulling off. Langton takes the green. We're back live for the 4th time here tonight. Will he run away with it? Will Langton pull away? Stewart challenging again. We've got Fontenot in a big wreck behind him. Fontenot, another yellow. That is not a ghost caution. Fontenot definitely with the bounty involved. 3 different trucks involved in that one. That's going to bring out yellow number 5 here tonight. Little contact there between the 17. Watkins just gets into the 337. Let's go back and take another look at that. We'll ride on board with Watkins here for a moment. Just barely gets into him. Bounty's involved. We'll go back one more time here and look at what Bounty sees. It's like the 67 truck. Josh Brown also involved. He has nowhere to go. He's massive front end damage on the 67. Well, we've had 3 lead changes, 5 cautions here tonight. And Kyle Stewart able to edge out the 28 of Luke Daniels. Let's see if we can bring up Kyle Stewart. Let's see if we're going 1 to green. No, we're not. We're at 2 to green. So let's bring up the 41 of Kyle Stewart. Kyle Stewart, Bradley Cooper up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, Kyle, you're finally able to edge out the 28, and that caution kind of helped you a little bit, but you've been running inside of him, trying to get around him all race long. Now you've got the 8 of Sean Langton in your sights. What's in store for us?
Oh, I'm going to do my best to win me a race without wrecking anybody, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Well, Stuart, we're coming up on 1 to go here. Good luck out there tonight. North Wilkesboro is a tough place. Good to see you up in the top 3 here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, there's the 41 of Kyle Stewart. And we're doubled back up. Sean Langton, Kyle Stewart, Luke Daniels, Nicholas Pressey, Morgan Cook, your top 5. And we're about to go green for the 6th time tonight. Geico restart zone right here. Pace car pulls off. We're back green. VSRL at Wilkesboro again. And another great shot here by Sean Langton to take the lead and hold on to it. Almost some contact, and Dakota Floyd's around. Floyd loses it there. Just a little touch on the back bumper. And you know what they say, cautions breeding cautions. They had the mommy caution, the daddy caution, and they loved each other very much. And they've made us 5 more cautions here tonight at Wilkesboro. Let's take a look back and see what happened to the 24 truck. I think we got a pretty good shot of it here on this restart. It went 3 wide. The 5 of Phillips goes to the inside. He's all the way buried to the bottom, and he just clips the 24. Let's ride on board with the 5 of Phillips. Floyd might have came down. Yeah, Floyd came down. Thought he was clear. And that gives a little damage to both those machines. But there's caution number 6 of the night. Tell you what, it's been interesting. This whole race has been interesting. If you're not enjoying this, I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are too. 123 laps completed. When we take the green, it's going to be lap 126. We've talked to pretty much everybody up in this top 5. Talked to Nicholas Pressey, who's still hanging on to that 4th position. Morgan Cook, there he is in 5th. Let's see if we can pull that guy up here in the broadcast booth and have a little chat with him. Morgan Cook, I think I've interviewed everybody from Orange Speed here tonight. Why not? You got a copy?
I gotcha.
Well, we're getting close to doubling up here. The 51 finds itself up in the top 5. You're behind Pressey. You're behind Daniels. You're behind Stewart and Langton. What are you going to do here on this restart?
Well, I'm going to try and get a decent launch. It looks like we've been going caution on the back stretch of each of these restarts. See if I can nose ahead of this 94 truck and get to the top again. Seems like I can get a really good launch out of 4 on the top on the restart. I'm not sure about the bottom, but we'll find out here in about a lap.
All right, man. Well, good luck. I tell you what, it's going to be tough. If we can go green, I want to see what you can do. So good luck out there.
Yeah, me too. Stay tuned.
All right, 51. And I didn't bring his name up. Morgan Cook, there he is, running in the 5th position. Started all the way back in 16th here tonight. We're getting set for a restart. Sean Langton in the front position. It's been a great start for him, and there they go. Green flag is back out. Trucks up into the wall there on the exit. They're still side by side back here. Todd Cleveland, Dakota Floyd getting really sideways in the 24 truck. Another yellow comes out. And the 12, I'm not really sure what happened there. Yeah, we're just gonna go back and look at a replay of that because I don't know how that happened. Well, you see Floyd up there in front of him. He gets loose, he gets sideways in the 74 Hennings and the 68, I believe, or 69. What is that? I've seen a lot of things on iRacing, and when it fails, it's something. But I think Selig takes the cake. Chad, he was going the speed of smell and flipped over. I want to go back and look at that one more time, because I still, to this very moment, can't comprehend how that... how the 12 ended up on its lid. That is new to me. One more time in his onboard camera. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go back and look at what actually happened in front of these guys, because that's what the main thing's all about here. The 24 gets loose there. Lloyd gets loose, and we'll go back about 10 seconds and look at it properly. He gets a little contact actually from the 18 of Klein, and that puts him in front of the 69 and the 74. The 12 of Selig just loses everything. I don't have words for that. Yeah. Okay, 131 laps out of 150. VSRL getting ready to wrap this thing up. And seems like the cautions, breeding cautions is one thing, but there must be a pothole of unbelievable proportions in the laser scan of this track. And yeah, iRacing, we're going to have to go back and hit that. That's probably going to be a highlight I think I need to talk to Adam about. Anyway, double back up here. Langton, Stewart, Pressey, Daniels falls back to 4th. Dan Witt, your top 5. How about Dan Witt? Struggled all season long. Up there in the top 5. Let's see if he can get a good finish. Morgan Cook on the outside. He lost a position. But here we go, getting set to take the green flag. Pace car pulls off. Green flag is in the air, and we're back live. VSRL for the 7th time tonight. And a great hole shot there for the 8. We made it through turn 1. Side by side, just behind the 41 is Stewart, Pressey, Daniels. Nothing there. Pressey falls back. Cook going to the inside now. Off of turn 2, the 51 had the nose, but he couldn't make it stick. And the 41 is Stewart now under fire for the 2nd position. He's going to lose it. And now Pressey's going to push. The 51 in the 5th position almost gets around the 94. Dan Witt falls back a spot. Ross Phillips out of nowhere back up to 7th. And the 51 sideways. He's going to lose. Oh, and contact with Dan Witt. The 5 of Phillips. Oh, and a retaliation from the 99. So a little payback there from the 99. Let him know he's not very happy with that move. But Phillips, who was up front all race long, trying to get back to the top 3. And here he goes to the inside of Morgan Cook. Look at all the damage on the nose of those two machines, the 99 and the 5. Adam Tips on the outside of Dan Witt here for the 6th spot. Oh, and 54 gets really loose, and he loses it off the exit of 2. That's going to bring out a yellow. We pretty much got a live shot of that, but we're going to go back and take a look. The 54 is all cambered out here. Here they come off the exit. And he gets really loose off the exit of 2. He's trying to stick the landing here, but just doesn't have the rear grip, and the 3. Bryant just gets into the back of him. That collected the 21, and I think he got the domino effect. Helmlinger gets turned. So go back and look at that really quickly. I believe the 21 just got the domino effect from the somebody else turning in front of him. Yep. Oh, the 44's involved. Todd Cleveland, Bryant, Helmlinger, Tips, Dan Witt almost involved in that. Well, that's going to bring up another one. And that's 8 cautions. We ran the first 54 or so laps under green. And now 8 cautions in. We've got about 9 laps to go. Let's pull up Dan Witt into the broadcast booth. Dan Witt, Bradley Cooper in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, Dan, you avoided one there. The 54 Tips gets loose on your outside. Almost collects you, but you're able to get away with it. And saw a little blood mix in there with Phillips, but right now sitting in the 7th position. How's the race going so far?
Pretty good so far. Still not starting to get some bumps and bruises.
I mean, every truck out there, it looks like we've been breeding cautions here for the last 20 laps or so. But as we double up, man, what are you going to do? What's your game plan?
Oh, man, I don't know. Just go as fast as I can.
All right, well, I
keep them sideways, you know?
Keep its shiny side up. I don't know how some of these trucks are flipping over here tonight. So, Yep, just be careful. And Dan, we'll talk to you after the race, hopefully.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, there's your 7th position driver, Dan Witt, as we get set to double back up. Sean Langton. Man, it's hard to find the mouse here on this thing. I tell you what. I'll have to make that thing extra big. I guess I'm getting blind. Comes with age. But 143 laps into this race, when we were probably 60 laps or so into this thing, I didn't think we'd have 8 cautions. But here we are in the closing stages. North Wilkesboro has not been kind to some of these drivers. Sean Langton, who's been dominating all season long, finds himself in the 1st spot. Ross Phillips back in 6th, your pole sitter, who's led a lot of laps. 109 laps led for the 5 truck. Let's see if he can get back up there in this short little stint of time. We're back green. I guess I missed it. 5 laps to go here. That's on me. Didn't put it back in time, but Sean Langton leading this thing. Luke Daniels. I might have had a bad interview there as far behind as I was, and I apologize if I did interfere with anything, but Sean Langton in first position, Luke Daniels second, Kyle Stewart third, Nicholas Pressey and Ross Phillips, they're going to go at it here momentarily. 3 laps to go. Almost some contact there with the 94. And there's the contact in the 5s around. He's going to lose a ton of time. The 51 at Cook gets around for the top 5. Now Dan Witt up on the bumper. Remember the bad blood between the 5 and the 99. Let's see if it's still there. He gets trapped behind Bounty and loses the position. All right, here we go. White flag is out. The 8 of Langton comes off of turn 4, and he's going to be your winner here tonight. Oh, my timing was all messed up here on this last stint. But Sean Langton able to get it done. With a dominant performance of the 5 of Phillips, Langton's able to get it done and edge him out. And you know that 5 of Phillips wanted to get back to that lead as hard as he was driving it. But there he is, your winner. Congratulations to the top 3. Post-race interviews coming up right after this quick commercial break. We're going to bring Sean Langton, Luke Daniels, and Kyle Stewart up here into the broadcast booth right after this.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
All right, we're going to bring up your third place finisher here. Kyle Stewart getting it done. We caught up on pit road with Kyle Stewart, and I'm clicking on kinds of things I shouldn't be clicking here tonight. But we're able to figure out what lobby we're supposed to be in Discord. Kyle, you had the pass on Luke Daniels and all those cautions and things shuffling you around. You got stuck on the outside. I mean, third place, though. It's a breakout race for you. Excellent job here tonight.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the restarts late probably didn't help the racing much there, but it was good to race with those guys up front, and just it was clean racing up front, and it was just good to race the orange speed guys up front. Ross was probably the class of the field, and I just feel like if he had a shot back, he probably wins that. But great for Sean, great for Luke with that second place finish, and it was just good to run with the guys tonight.
Well, you put the 41 up towards the front. You started all the way back in the 8th position with that qualifying effort. And I know that North Wilkesboro is kind of a new track. So were you kind of dreading this place, or did you have confidence coming into this?
No, we put up a practice session last night. I put we won't throw the number out there, but I put a decent amount of laps up last night practicing and figuring out some stuff with the teammates.
I mean, you don't want to let the secrets out, but track time. Anybody out there that's listening, track time is very important, crucial part of any game plan, and it paid off here tonight for Kyle Stewart, getting the 3rd place. Kyle, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out and thank for tonight's performance?
Really just the Orange Speed guys. Thanks for bringing me in a season ago, and then they've been nothing but helpful to me and kind to me, and they've made me better. So I'm happy to be a part of the team, happy to be a part of the league, and thank you for your all the broadcasting you do for us.
I appreciate your time, man, and hopefully next week we get to talk to you again, Kyle. So thank you for your time, guy.
Yep, thank you.
All right, there's your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Getting it done out there, and we're gonna rewind the laps because everything's broken here. I don't know exactly what's been going on, but yeah, things are getting broken. We're gonna pull up your 2nd place finisher, Luke Daniels, and Daniels, man, you had to hold on. You had several different people try to take away that 2nd position from you tonight.
Yeah, those restarts got a little hairy. I kept getting stuck down on the bottom and screwing up and losing spots, and well, that's on me. Them's the breaks, I guess. No one to blame but myself, but it was definitely fun racing with them.
Well, Black Horizon up there on the top. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going up there on the windshield of that machine?
Oh yeah, that's a paint scheme from another truck league I'm in, the Black Horizon Truck Series in GLSR for Great Lakes Sim Racing. Really fun league, good group of guys, and yeah, so that's a required banner that I kind of forgot was still on there.
Oh, well, this is embarrassing. I tell you what, nonetheless, man, you put 4D Racewear up in the front. You started in the outside of the front row, and you never really left. The cautions here tonight, how hard was it to get these restarts, especially on older tires, just to hang on and be in that position?
Oh yeah, it was really tough. I mean, going down to the bottom is not where you want to be on the restarts. Like the top, you could just roll a lot more speed through there, and it works out a lot better. And then you get a few laps to kind of settle into a rhythm from there. But then the time I was on the outside, I screwed it up, and I was just way too cautious going into one, and then realized my mistake. Tried to release the brakes, roll a little more speed in there, but it was a bit too late, and Kyle was underneath me, and from there I was definitely on the back foot for the next like 3 or 4 restarts.
Well, you were on the back foot, but you hit a fadeaway, and looking really good here this season. You've put on some really great shows, and I think you keep that truck where it's at. A win is just around the corner for you.
I sure hope so. I don't know that I'd be able to make it into the playoffs on points alone, and so I really need a win. And I was kind of hoping this would be my best shot at it. I'm kind of a short track guy. I've run a lot of laps on the short tracks, but North Wilkesboro, man, I love this place, but it does not love me. Honestly, I can't even be disappointed in second because that's better than I normally do here. It's just the type of track where the more I try to go fast, the worse I am. And well, good points day for us, but still need a win.
Well, next week we go to Kentucky, and that's kind of in the realm of short tracks. In my opinion, it's a smaller track, so hopefully you can maybe sneak one out there and get set up in the points here for the playoffs. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out here tonight, Luke?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to shout out Jim Herrick over at 4D Racewear. Appreciate all he does, and also Ross Phillips and Everybody at the Orange Speed SRT team, which I'm not really technically a member of that team, but good group of guys I like to hang out with. And Ross was showing me a good line that really helped a lot because I had nothing to do with for him or Sean. But yeah, like to thank all those guys and everybody else in the league. It was a fun race. I had a great time.
Luke, hopefully we can get to talk to you next week, and looking forward to it, man.
All right, thank you. We'll see.
All right, there's your second place finisher. Last guy on the boards here, your race winner, Sean Langton. I tell you what, it's it means a little bit different, man, when a teammate's up there dominating this thing. And what happened? Because I got to know, I think Phillips, did he forget to take tires? What happened there?
Yeah, that's it. He had a little miscue on taking tires, and they weren't checked, and they had to come back in and get them. Other than that, I mean, it was going to be a battle, but I think I could get to his door, but without giving him a little paint, I don't think I was going to be able to get around him.
Well, everybody lost a little bit of paint here tonight. There was, I mean, who would have believed, just based off the caution stat we had tonight, that we ran the first 50 plus laps under green and then another 40 plus after that. Like it was a clean race up. It had everything, but it was a really clean race up until that point.
Yeah, the first stint, I kind of saved my tires, and that didn't really work too well. So the second one, I just kind of pushed it, and I was able to hang up there with them and wasn't really losing that much time. So I just kind of, the rest of the race, I said, you know what, I'm just going to go up and try and stay up front, keep clean air, and just try and run it off the right rear.
I mean, that's what you got to do. This place is very old fashioned and, you know, very flat. So leaning on that right rear, and there's nothing wrong with that. You started pushing it and the tires, they held up. You're able to get it done here tonight. Sean, we're going to Kentucky next week, and you've had a really good season thus far. What's in store for all the fans out there for Kentucky?
Maybe a little fuel strategy. I've only ran there a couple times, but pretty high speed, typical 1.5 miles. I think it'll be fun. These trucks will probably run really well there. We'll get the Orange Speed number 8 up front again.
Well, I appreciate your time, Sean, and we've had many, many interviews with you. Shout him out one more time, guy.
Yeah, I just want to thank Ryan for having me be a part of the Orange Speed team. Appreciate him bringing me on. We're having a lot of fun. Got a good team, a lot of fun teammates. Just want to thank SET Tutoring, Garrett for hosting this league. Thank you for broadcasting. Want to say hi to my parents. They're watching, and we'll see you next week.
Well, hello, parents, and Langton getting it done here again tonight at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Sean, we appreciate your time, and we hope to talk to you again very soon.
Thank you. Take care.
There he is, your race winner here tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We're going to bring up your finishing order. What a race from start to finish. I can't believe that we had the action that we had. It looked like it was going to be a really spread out race. But at the end of it, there we are. 8 cautions, 3 lead changes. Sean Langton getting it done. Started back in the 6th spot, able to snag one away. Ross Phillips with a dominating performance. He falls all the way back to 6th position. Luke Daniels, Kyle Stewart, Nicholas Pressey, and Morgan Cook to your top 5. There's Sean Bounty in 7th spot. Dan Witt, who was up there in the top 5 on that last couple restarts. He loses a few positions. We have Chris Klein, Larry Dickerson rounding out your top 10. 11th position belongs to the 17 of Brian Watkins with Thad Miller in 12th. A lot of cars got back on the lead lap with all those cautions there towards the end of this thing. Remember, at one point in this race, we had 11th position down. 1 lap behind the leader. Dakota Floyd, Todd Cleveland, Adam Tips, Josh Brown, Garrett Helmlinger, Brian Hennings, Dylan Bryant, and Joseph Selig, your top 20. And then Nicholas Fontenot will round out. Well, let's see if we can get the actual results. There's the actual results page. We had a new update here to our broadcasting software, and it's caused some confusion, some things not working correctly, so I have to revamp and get some updates, but nonetheless, Fontenot gonna round out your field. And I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast here on VSPEED. If you are the parents of a driver, if you're a friend of a driver, if you're the long-lost second cousin from another country of a driver, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit the share on the broadcast and subscribe to the channel. You can watch every single race live on VSPEED VSRL Southeast Tutoring Truck Series. Going to be live back here next week at Kentucky Speedway at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, American. So until then, we appreciate you coming out here and watching this broadcast, and we thank you for your time. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A push for the 33.
It's a